Hi, everybody, and welcome to Noon 30 Catch Up with Jilly,
Amy,
and Tiff.
So happy to have you all with us again this week. If you're first time listening, welcome. If you're a long time listener, thanks for coming back.
Welcome back.
That's also a song.
There's so many songs.
We're sing-songy.
We are. We can be very sing-songy.
Yes.
Learning to double check
There is a song.
facts.
There's a song for everything.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Carter. Like that's what
Is
I'm
it
thinking
Cotter?
of. I'm thinking of the theme
I just know a
song.
song. Welcome back.
Do you guys want to be the Spice Girls today and spice up our lives?
I do.
People of the world.
Spice up your life.
Everybody
Spice
and
up
every
your
girl.
life.
Spice up your life.
All right, then let's
Okay.
start with an expression session.
Oh my God, exciting. Let's mix
Okay.
it up. Expression first. Let's go.
Do you know any old-timey insults?
I mean, I do, but some are very racist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's
My grandpa said some things, and that's not what you should say, Grandpa.
No, my grandmother still says some things, and she's so sweet, but she says some stuff, and I'm like, you can't, you can say that, but please don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to even say it on
No,
the air because
no.
I don't want people to think that I am that kind of person, but
I think
My-
you're sorry, I mean, you're taking it the right way, Tiff, with your grandmother and just be like, yeah, you shouldn't say that. You know, instead of being like, oh, you can't say that anymore. Because at this point in your grandmother's life, she's likely not going to change that.
nor should
you
she.
know, not
No.
that she's a like bad person.
It was
at all.
generation at the time.
Exactly, right? Like, there's no point in teaching that new trick, I feel.
Well, I
if
feel
that
like
makes
most of them
sense, you
did
know?
learn. Like my grandma knew not to say certain words eventually, and that's super
Yeah.
cool. But my grandma did. So when I first got my first tattoo, I went away to university, and I was like, I'm going to get a tattoo, even though Mom was like, you shouldn't get those. Those are gross. And my family was like, whatever. We're not in big tattoo-y people. But I went and got one anyway. So I finally showed my parents, fine, whatever. And I go to see my grandma, and I'm like, Grandma, I got a tattoo. And so I pull up my shirt. Of course, it's a tramp stamp because I got it when I was very young, and it was the early 2000s. So
that was
that's what
the
we
time.
did. That was
where
the
you
time.
did
The
it.
tramp
That's
stamp.
what you do. I
Yep.
got a little sunshiny down there. It's good times. Why not? My grandma looks at it, looks at me and says, young lady, you're going to hell in a handbag. So that's a sentence that reminds me, like, and then I really got older and I started thinking about, like, hell in a handbag. What kind of handbag? Would it be a pretty handbag?
So
Like, what does that
am
mean?
I a fancy, slutty woman with, like, because I sell my body, I'm obviously going to hell.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have my purse on my
Handbag.
way
Yep.
to hell.
Yeah, but it's like
Or
I'm
am I
going to hell
use-
in a handbag. So I think of it more like in the movie Neverending Story, where Atreyu has to get in the basket and the basket takes him all the way on a ride, all the way close to the statues and dumps him out, like kind of going to hell. Like,
Yeah.
am I in a basket, aka a handbag?
Like E.T. on the bike.
Hmm.
That's not a handbag, but
No.
so
No.
you're just a tag along hell rider.
I think
So
I just get
someone
in
is
the
on-
bag.
Someone's on their way to hell, and you're like, I might as well come.
That, or it's like, that's a direct route there. Like, you're just going to go there in a basket.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows
but,
that
you
a
know,
handbag
handbag.
is your fast track to hell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
So
it's
anyone
like
out there,
yeah.
if I
Yeah.
perhaps heard it wrong also, then I'm
Right.
thinking back like, did I hear it wrong? Was it hell in something else?
No, I think that's it.
But I think it's a selling. It's a selling point for sure to go to hell in a handbag. But I mean, it must be a saying. So that would be my old timey saying that stuck with me because my grandma said it to me.
Right.
But I don't know if it's a real thing or just a grandma thing, like my grandma.
Your grandmother. No, I've heard hell in a handbag.
Yeah, but I'm still confused now.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you
I'm
guys?
thinking about it. It's not an insult, but it would be like creative ways to swear.
Mhm.
So, like, son of a beehive biscuit cutter.
Mhm.
Like, there was a
That's
lot of that
long.
going on. Yeah, like, Dad made it count.
Yeah.
He was gonna
I like it.
riff
Son of
and
a
make his own.
biscuit cutter.
Son of a beehive biscuit cutter. And I do. This
That
is coming
doesn't
back
even make
now.
sense.
I know.
I like
don't know.
it.
Dad, help me out. What was the point of it? Yeah, I don't know. I remember I swore probably at school or something, and then I got back to Mom and Dad, and then having this conversation with Dad, and him saying to me, like, instead of saying that, try this, and that's what he came out with: son of a beehive biscuit cutter. But he does still say that, depending on what ears are around.
That's his go-to swear.
Sometimes,
Wow.
if he can keep it in. If not, we get the standard, like, good old dad language.
Oopsie
swears.
oopies.
Yeah,
Yep.
whatever. We all do.
My mom wasn't a swearer. My dad was a swearer, still is, and swears in front of my children, which is fine because I swear a lot as well. But I remember one time when in the backyard that I found out I had a peacock.
Oh, right. right.
I
To be
flipped,
determined.
yeah, I flipped someone off and I
naughty.
flipped the middle finger. And
no finger.
one of my parents saw it and washed my mouth out with soap.
Ooh, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did.
Did you ever have that happen?
Yeah,
I never
do
had
remember.
my mouth,
Yeah.
but because where we went to play as small children, the mom of that family really enjoyed that. And the 3 boys were very big potty mouths and would do it on purpose almost to egg each other on to do it in front. Like you say shit. No, you say shit. A little louder, a little louder, a little
To
louder.
see who got it.
Yeah. And then exactly. And mom would go to town, whole bar, like off you go.
Yeah, if it was particularly offensive, I would have to bite
A chunk off.
and
Yep.
chew it.
Oh,
I didn't
soap's
have that
the worst.
Yeah. I didn't
Why?
have that
Why
level.
did we do this to children?
And it was like ivory, like real.
At least it
yeah,
wasn't
it
like
would've been-
Irish Spring
Or like zest.
No, but like
Spicy.
ivory was real,
creamy.
real mouthfeel.
Ugh. No, I'm sorry for you two. No, never had that. But my mom, I was not supposed to say things like shut up. I had to say, please be quiet. So if I'm fighting with my sister, who's really peeving me off, I love you, Heather, but really peeving me off, I had to say, please be quiet. And I wasn't allowed to say shut up. We weren't allowed to say like even damn. We're not a religious household. It was just, we didn't swear. We didn't say anything. But now my mom is older and sometimes she's a potty mouth now. And she says shit and it makes me laugh every time.
Oh.
She'll drop something. She goes, oh, shit.
Oh, she says it like that.
And she says it with a little twangy act. And I'm like,
Yes.
"Yee, mommy." And she's like,
yeah.
you didn't hear anything.
When I
so
say
cute.
bullshit, I like channel a character from a show my husband and I used to watch, and they're in the South. Anyways, he'd be like, "That's some bullshit," and but he'd really enunciate the shit at the end. So yeah, it's
It's good.
bullshit.
Yeah, weird sayings.
Yeah.
I have a story though about flipping off your parents. So,
You children were real great.
We were
it wasn't.
naughty.
It wasn't me actually. It was my sister. My dad tells me this. So growing up, we, whatever. It's after dinner, and we're all in the kitchen, helping cleaning up from dinner. So mom would be washing the dishes. The rest of us would dry. My mom and my sister were likely at something, each other, And then my sister just kind of like left the kitchen and just went around the corner. And there's a small wall dividing the living room with the kitchen, and she's behind this wall and she's flipping the bird. Just going
angrily.
Just going
crazy,
right behind the wall.
My dad comes around the other side and sees her doing this.
Oh, no.
And then she's like, "It slipped. It slipped." Like that was her go-to. Like, "It slipped, Dad. It slipped."
Yeah, my finger the rest slipped down and this one slipped up, and before I knew
Not
it.
to mention the fact that she was quite like firm in her
Yes.
stance. Like,
There was thrusting
teenager,
of the
I'm
finger.
angry. Like,
It was
Yeah.
a dynamic flipping.
oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, interesting about getting I don't think her mouth was washed out with soap.
Well, you'd have to wash your finger in this case. There was no words.
Well,
Well,
I
and
just
that's the
mean like
thing,
there was
too.
no. I don't know if there was any
Repercussion.
discussion after the fact. I just and like I said, I just heard this a couple weeks ago when we were all together. So
So I do have an old timey insult for you, and
Yeah.
it's so far fetched.
Okay.
It's so,
Okay.
So it is Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
Well, you don't want to be that.
No. So you're calling someone this. You're
Yeah.
like, you're the Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
Yeah. That's like Vice Admirals, maybe like basically saying you're like top notch, but I'm assuming something to do with the narrow seas is not
yeah,
good.
That's not good. Yeah.
I bet it's a war thingy, maybe? Sounds warish. My pumpkin would probably know. He's like, the Battle of the Narrow Sea when
When this
many
guy
people
did
died and he
this-
was super stupid, and everyone from this day says it was the worst mistake ever made
Yeah.
I was gonna go with that route. Like something happened
in the narrow
around the
seas.
narrow seas,
And we
the
find out
Vice
it's not even a
Admiral at
place.
the time was like
He fucked
totally
Yeah.
blundered it up.
The
Because
narrow
Vice Admiral
seas.
sounds quite like
Yeah, you were up there.
distinguished,
That
know?
sounds very like
Yeah, like anything. Really.
like Miami Vice, pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's not go
So you
down
don't. So your ideas are ending there. That's
Well,
what
like
you're giving me.
where like Vice Admiral of the narrow seas.
But if I'm calling you that,
Yes.
What am I?
Oh, okay.
What
so
am I
you're
saying?
like the prime.
I
What am I
think I'm
saying
a
to you?
failure or I've done
the-
something
yeah.
stupid. Like, why do I need a vice admiral of a? It's like saying you're the princess of that tree. Like, woo! Like,
I think
you
in-
think you're all shit and you're nothing.
In this case, it's that you were like the top idiot.
You're the number one dumbass.
You're the number one narrow
That's
C.
a better way to say it. Yeah, I prefer
Okay.
dumbass to idiot.
Yeah.
So it is a drunken man
Oh.
that pisses under the table onto his companion's shoes.
Oh,
Narrow C.
is that the narrow
The
C?
narrow C
That
is
the
the
narrow
piss.
C's. Yeah.
But
Oh, how do you? Okay.
I don't know how. That's exactly where my research ended.
no idea why, but we can.
Don't know who the OG Vice Admiral was.
Oh man.
But it is a drunk guy that is so drunk that he just whips it out and pisses on his friend's shoes. And then you call him the Vice Admiral of the narrow seas.
That's like a
Instead of just saying like you drunken
drunk?
fool, let's go.
yeah, you drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds cooler than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but no one will know what
It
you
doesn't
mean.
quite roll off your tongue though either, right?
No.
Like if you can imagine
Yeah.
like you're in a heated thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're like-
you Vice Admiral of the narrow sea. Like I don't really know what that.
And it's not necessarily like not everyone's going to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
no one's going to be like, oh, check your shoes. Because she said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's true.
I think it's gone out of fashion for a
I
reason.
think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to try to bring that back.
But I do love old timey thatched roofs and sayings because I think they're just really funny.
They are good. They are good.
Real funny insults. Like cow handed. To call someone cow handed is that they are as awkward as a cow. Like maybe someone's clumsy
yeah.
and they can't pick
Yeah.
stuff up because they have hoof hands.
Hoof hands. Oh my god, I can picture
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a real cow handed individual.
Yeah, you would be with hoof hands.
Yeah. Because you don't have opposable thumbs. You just got hooves.
Clankety clank.
Cloppity clop.
They would make a lot of cloppity noises trying to do something. Imagine trying to bake
my
with
God.
hooves.
Have you ever seen the video?
The guy with the cows.
Yeah, I can't like.
I love it.
And he
So
eats
much
cereal
mess.
and pancakes.
Okay,
and
so
much
okay.
mess.
Time out
Woof,
because
woof,
we're
woof,
knowing
woof.
what's up. There's a video online of a handsome chap who brings his cow into the kitchen.
Nice
like
kitchen
full
too.
on like
Jersey,
grown cow.
yeah.
Like this is not a small little cute
No.
like
This
Highland
lady-
cow. Okay,
This
everybody.
lady is
It's
a
a
large
big gal.
She's a
Comes
big
in, tries to
Bertha.
bake with her,
Oh,
tries to eat cereal, and she just gets all up in there.
Wants
And it's
all
so
of the
funny.
things.
Yeah, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
She'll put her face in it.
yeah.
So funny.
Imagine the mess in your kitchen.
That's where I
Right.
go. Same thing with those videos of you see like of like families pranking each other, like they're scaring each other, or and then there's like confetti all the time, or like they get doused with big messes happening in
feel
the
of
houses, and that's all. I'm like, who is cleaning that
My
up?
feel of confetti is your feel of glitter.
I feel that the people who do that are probably well enough off now on Instagram, whatever, that they have a cleaner who comes in
I
and
think
does
so,
that.
especially cow friend here, cow baker
Because some of
friend,
the
like,
rooms
they've
you
got
see
a-
those
oh,
people
yeah.
do the pranks, you're like, that's the size of my whole house. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking you
They're
got
okay.
some ducats.
Yeah.
My husband
Wow.
says, "Why do you care so much? Why it's messy there, or how they're taking care of the mess?" I'm like, that's a deep question.
Yeah, Jillian's getting like a trauma reflex watching these videos. Like she's triggered
yeah, a
watching
little
it.
bit. Yeah, no,
Just being so scared.
Oh.
having to
Right.
clean up.
Huh. What was it again?
Cow-handed.
Cow-handed.
Cow-handed,
Okay.
okay.
Cow-handed.
Cow-handed.
I do feel
free.
cow-handed at times. I call it the dropsies.
Yeah. Well, now you got another one.
Now I got another one.
Not just
Very-
Butterfingers or Dropsies. Now you
Dropsies.
can be cow-handed.
Oh,
I like that. I like that one better than Sir Admiral of the Piss Town.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to Piss Town.
Whatever.
No.
It was too long for me to remember. 4 words. I'm done.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah. After 3 words, Amy doesn't
Yeah, that's
listen.
it. It's done.
Let's keep spicing up our lives.
Oh,
Do we
my
want to
goodness.
D-bag in the middle or do we want
Ooh.
to adventure in society in the middle?
Dealer's
choose.
choice.
Am I the dealer?
Jinx.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you are. You are
okay.
dealer in this case.
Okay, debag it. Ooh, oh, that one had a
A
little,
little extra.
little end toots.
Yeah, it's like when you can't quite get it all out.
Oh dear.
Is Hello Kitty a cat or a person?
Oh my god, this debate is crazy.
Okay,
I've heard of this debate, and I don't even understand this debate.
I do have some video evidence to back up this question.
What do you need evidence for?
Like, if you
Depends
look at
where
it,
we go.
if you look
Okay.
at it,
It's a
Hello
cat.
Kitty
it looks
is
like a cat. But they're saying it's a little person,
100%.
a little
They
girl
are.
dressed
They're
as a
saying
cat.
It's a girl.
Who they?
Who
The
they?
creator?
The world.
Is the person who created Hello Kitty saying it's not a cat?
I don't know.
I don't know if it was the creator, but there's this
There
one
is a
video
camp.
that I
There's
saw.
definitely
There
a
is,
camp
yeah.
that believes it's a
Yeah.
little girl dressed as a cat.
But her and all her little cosplay friends are all dressed like animals.
I'm just gonna do a quick Google search. Just
Does she? I don't even know
see-
her friends.
Well, I think there's like a duck. Maybe
I don't know. I don't know Helly Kitty.
Hella
enough.
Kitty.
Hello Kitty is not something I am well versed in, other than I think I understand what she looks like, and I always thought she was a cat.
A cat with a bow, right? There's a bow on
Isn't
its
there
head.
a dress involved?
Probably.
Someone bring up a picture of goddamn Hello Kitty, because right now,
That's a cat.
Okay, unless she has that whole helmet, unless
Like a
she's
mascot.
a mascot. If there's a little girl with a mascot, I'll allow it, but not if you say that's just a little girl dressed up.
Do you think there's a lot of mascot costumes for children? Like when I
Do you mean Halloween costumes? Because that's basically it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I was like,
yeah, that's a thing. Halloween.
Do you think little children will ever dress up?
In my head, I was like, I'm a sports team. I don't want a child to be my mascot. I need a full grown. I totally dismissed that Halloween is a full blown season around these parts.
Delahunty, she meant no harm.
I'm so sorry, Kristen, to take away from your holiday.
Foof, foof.
What do you got for us?
Well, according to Wikipedia.
You know anyone can write in Wikipedia, right?
Okay.
You know how?
Where
No.
would you like?
No,
me to
I
go?
like Wikipedia. Tell me.
No,
I just love the fact that anyone can go in.
Fictional
It's great.
character, yada yada yada.
Feline?
They depict Hello Kitty as a British white cat with a red bow and no mouth. According to her backstory, she lives in a London suburb with her family and is close to her twin sister Mimi, who is depicted with a yellow bow.
Okay, I have a question right away.
Doesn't say anything
No
about
mouth.
a little girl. or
Are you
anything.
saying this little cat can't meow?
Or eat?
Or how
I've
is
never
she
watched
sing?
the show. Everybody, like,
It's a show?
I don't
There's
know.
a TV show? I thought they're stickers.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they're saying. Well, I think
Like
there's got to
lunch
be
bags.
something. Like, I think it's more than just stickers and lunch bags now.
It's
like,
not
I
just a
think
2D
there is-
image.
Yeah, I think there's
Oh.
more out there now. It does say
Huh.
cat.
Cat.
It does say cat, but then there is this like debate of no, she is a little girl. She lives in London with her family. Twin sister Mimi with the yellow bow.
Yeah, but why
Blah,
can't
blah,
they all
blah.
just be a cat family
Well,
who live there?
Right, like there's whiskers. Clearly.
Are you saying there can't be whiskers on a costume?
Or on a
Well,
girl?
of
Because I
course
have
not,
whiskers
but I
sometimes.
just-
I have one long whisker
Oh.
right here on my chin.
Right down
So
here,
I'm
yeah.
essentially a cat.
Meow.
No.
No.
I don't think we've so
Okay,
the three
anyway,
of us
focus.
the three of us are in agreement that it's a cat.
Final answer, though I am disturbed, it has no mouth.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So then it says, if I go back to the next Google, it says, no, Hello Kitty is not a cat, but a little girl. The
Is that Reddit?
creators of Hello Kitty have stated that she's a British girl.
That
Why
So
is
she's
the
a
look like a
creators, so
cat?
San, I can't pronounce the name of the company, Sanrio. I always thought it was Sarnio.
that's Sarnio, Ontario.
That's where Hello Kitty is from.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the company says that
It's a
Hello
little
Kitty
girl.
is a little British girl.
I think they
Hey,
made
our
a
UK listeners, help us out.
I think they made a vital error in the
Solve the debate.
Okay, wait.
image.
Every
if it's supposed to
photo
be
I
a
see, it looks
human.
like a feline. So I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm
saying.
done. I don't know. And
Yeah,
also,
like-
rude then if she doesn't have a mouth. What is that saying?
Right. Are you trying to keep the girl quiet?
Yeah.
You both are looking at me like
Yeah,
that.
we're angry
no,
at
it's
you.
not
Where
me.
it's Jillian's fault. You're telling us this.
I don't want her to be.
You've told me she has no mouth.
So she doesn't talk in this show?
Jillian.
God damn it.
Maybe it's not even a show. Maybe it is. Just
Maybe
with
it's
the
just a
characters
sticker.
now.
And then
I'm
she
just
doesn't have to speak.
I'm just assuming that it is like because it's so popular.
Little British
now.
girl.
You know who's going to know the answer to this?
Mm.
Antonia.
Yeah.
She knows stuff about
Hit us up and let me
Stuff.
know everything.
Tony.
Yeah,
I need you in my life to answer some Hello Kitty questions.
So
Right in.
Tony. Help
She's
us
done
out.
it again. Tony has done it again.
Okay.
Another song reference.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, that went nowhere.
I think it went a lot of places nowhere. It was good.
Right-o.
That's where the
So-
D-bag's going to take us sometimes.
I know,
It's
I like
never going
it.
to be like a,
I like the unexpectedness of the D-bag.
you know,
Some deep questions, some light questions.
yeah.
It's something.
Didn't mean to cause a huge like, but that's was one of those things. Again, scrolling at super ridiculous hours.
Yeah.
Scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how was your week, people?
I
So
had a
good.
week.
I had a
Oh,
week.
You've had
yeah.
a week? Okay.
I mean, I week every week.
yes.
Yeah, but
Once-
is there anything exciting
Once a week.
that happened?
I let Charlotte cut my hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
mhm.
She's like a blonde princess with hair down to her ass.
Mm.
She's got the hair color of corn silk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's got beautiful blue eyes.
She's children of the corn.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
yeah.
Well, she could probably rule a dynasty. She is something. Doesn't love brushing her hair.
No.
She's fine with showering. She's not like stank, but Anyways, her hair's getting ratty. There's a solid amount of rat at the end of it. So
fair.
I've been like, babe, you need to get a haircut. No, not interested. I said, you don't have to take a lot
Yeah,
off.
just a little trim.
Just a little trim job. Let me just do it in the closet. Not in the closet.
You're going to do it in the dark in the closet. We'll see what happens.
In the darkness. No, let me do it in the hall. You can watch. You can monitor the situation. She goes, okay, I'll let you cut my hair if I can cut your hair. And like, I try to be good time, fun time mom sometimes.
Yes.
So in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just trick her.
Yeah, just a
trick
little
her.
bit.
I'll cut her hair.
Yeah.
And then I'll just run away like a
Okay.
child. I'll be like, no, and take off. So I get her hair done. Didn't take too much off. Looks delightful. Then she's like, okay, my turn. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's like bedtime. Maybe.
Yeah, let's go do something else.
And she's like, absolutely not. This was a deal.
She does have you, because that's a promise almost. A deal is a promise.
I essentially pinky swore.
Oh.
So then I'm like, okay, just right here. Just like a little.
Let me hold it for you situation.
Just a little snippety snap.
Famous last words.
She snippety snapped me some bangs. And like, so not even.
And just in one section, or did you let her just go have at all across the front?
Well, she did one section, and then I was like, you should probably commit. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then husband walks up the stairs to witness this happening. I am sitting on the floor in the hall on a towel, and he's just like, I'm never surprised by what I walk into in this house.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
I bet he lives in that space a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I wonder what's going to be the adventure today. Yeah.
Every day in our house for him is an adventure in his inner society.
Yes.
Because, yes, he comes into some stuff. And she did what she could with her 8-year-old hair cutting skills. Not the end of the world. Hair grows back.
Fair.
Yeah.
It was not good.
No.
Did you hope that when you stood up and went to the mirror that you'd be like, oh, girl, you did such a good job?
Yeah. Or I was like, maybe I can just like fix it a little bit.
Right.
But again, like you've seen what I do with nail polish. Like I did okay on her. Anyways, it was not good. So then I reach out to my hairdresser and I'm like, hey, I did a thing. Let Charlotte cut my hair. When can you see me? End of May.
Yeah.
A month. And I'm like, oh, bobby pins can't hold this back.
I'm going to need a whole freaking new something.
Yeah. So I text a friend of mine and I'm like, hey, hope you're doing well. Just got out of surgery. And do you happen to know a hairdresser that can see me immediately? Because she's like in the field of beauty. Yeah. Okay. She's an esthetician and many other things. She goes, can you be here today? I happen to have someone in my home right now.
Nice.
So anyways, go to this hairdresser, lovely lady named Chris. She's like, you have a lot of different, a lot of different
things.
lengths. What's going on here? Chris, I need less of your judgment and more fixing. I already told you what happened.
Yeah.
Just fix this.
Yeah.
So I got bangs. Amy and Jillian say I look like a 12-year-old.
I was a bit like, as soon as I saw her with them, she was talking like nothing was going on. And I kept staring at them like, that's new. Like, and then she stopped talking about like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you just look just so little.
Like a baby.
Like a little baby.
Yeah. Very youthful.
It's strange.
So still figuring out how to work with bangs.
Yep.
But that's my aventure.
It was so interesting for me because at one point we were talking about, I was going to go get a haircut as well. And I was considering bangs and both of you were like, no, don't do it. And then I see this random photo of Tiff one day with the bangs and they're an interesting choice. I'm like, okay, that's not at all what you probably wanted to happen, right? Like without hearing the whole story.
Yes.
I knew that it wasn't what you were going for, but I was like, wow, you were like so against bangs. And here you are with some unfortunate ones
wearing them
for a little bit.
Yeah.
You said yes, which is wonderful. To the ask of the 8-year-old.
Yeah. One of my coworkers was like, it's fine. You're making memories.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hair. Yeah. I don't care that much. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't put a lot of time into my look.
That's fair.
And none of us are particularly,
No.
I mean,
not
we're
a
all just
lot.
naturally
Yeah.
stunning, so we
Yeah.
don't need to jam it up.
It's true.
But I do want to tell everyone that we are taking a road trip tomorrow.
That will be an adventure in
know.
society.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
Noon 30
first time.
catch-up
Yeah.
crew is taking a road trip to a cottage,
Mhm.
and we're going to blast
We're gonna have some great times.
some great pictures onto onto the interweb, because we're gonna do the stuff that we don't do. We're putting on fake eyelashes.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
We're
It's
doing
true.
makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never put on fake eyelashes in my life.
Same.
Tomorrow's the day.
Yeah. Yeah. There's gonna be some fun things
Yeah.
for sure.
So stay tuned for that,
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a show for show.
It's going to be a ride.
Yeah. Tell me about your weeks.
Maybe the tracksuits will
Ooh.
return.
Maybe tracksuits and eyelashes.
Ooh.
My adventure in society, short but sweet. But also, again, I realize my adventure in society really makes me think, and then I need opinions on things.
Okay.
So I was out the other day. What was I getting? I think I needed new deodorant. Anywho's, got some deodorant. I was at Walmart, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get me some nail polish. So I go over to the little section of Nail Polish Town, which we all know, if you're a lady who likes nail polish, you stand there forever and you pick one up and then you put it back in. You pick one up, you put it back in. You hold it kind of close to your finger and you think maybe this will work, blah, blah, blah. I pick out this really nice color. I'm like, ooh, it's kind of green, blue, it's shiny. I like it. So I buy it, no problem. Then like later in the day, I'm like, I'm going to do my nails, right? Like you're like, I'm committed.
Yeah.
So I get the nail polish out. I get all my like little Buffy stones. The best I got is the little thing to, I don't know what it's called.
An emery board?
No, it's like a little buffer. Not sharp like emery stone, softer. Because the emery boards make me feel
You don't
gross.
like that feeling.
I don't like that feeling at all.
Yeah.
We found this out yesterday. Amy can't texture some stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, with the strips.
Yeah. So we bought
I
some
got myself some calm strips.
calm strips, which are an adhesive textured strip that you put on
Many-
flat
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
And you just rub it. It's like typically for people who have like anxiety or need to fidget.
This one gave me anxiety. I touched it and I had an actual full body response of ick.
Yeah, you had the ick for sure.
Not good. So I don't do emery boards.
Okay.
And I had this it's a little buffer thing. It's softer basically, but still around your nails nicely. So it doesn't have that same itchy feel. Anywho's, getting all ready, do-boop-a-doop-boop, go downstairs. I'm all ready to do nails. Then I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do nails.
No.
Does that ever like,
It
I
does.
bought a new color. It was really nice. I had mental capacity, like, let's do a new thing. And then no. And then I just put it all away. That was it. That was my adventure in society. I bought a really nice nail polish I haven't used, along with the other 30 pair of nice nail polishes I probably never used.
When I go to the nail polish section,
You're one of them people.
No. I feel, especially at Walmart these days, I feel like I'm going to get jumped by a floor walker. They've got, in some of them, they have that place like locked down. You have to go into
yes, in the
a
big cities
section where there's,
which is weird because it's just like all
guarded.
the cosmetic stuff has a separate entity. Like
Yeah.
not here at ours. Ours is like go for
yours
it.
is open.
But I've been to other ones like my thing that really frustrated when I was just walking down the aisle was the birth control, like AKA all the condoms were locked behind. If you wanted to get a test, like a pregnancy test, it was locked up. I'm like, if I was a young person, which we all were, and maybe had to do a little checky poo, I'm not going to go to the 18-year-old behind the pharmacist say, excuse me, can I have a key?
What's going
I need
on?
to go get this. That's none of your business. And I was really upset about that. Like, how is no one writing letters or whoever lives near these Walmarts? This is not cool. And if people are stealing it, it says it needs to be in schools more. There needs to be more healthcare available for young people. Oh my God, this really got my goat. Sorry.
this just got real
It
shit.
did. Like,
It
I
did.
didn't
I
realize.
just
Like, I
wanted-
thought it was just the razor blades
No.
that were behind the.
No, so it's like, so the nail polish isn't under lock and key,
Okay. But
the
but
whole
you have to go
area.
into like a staffed
Because-
area because
Yes.
it's, I
Makeup.
guess, a high theft item.
Yes.
Okay.
And, you know, I was a teenager once. I stole some stuff in my youth. I got arrested for shoplifting condoms, coincidentally.
Oh.
So I just like, you know, you get that response of like, oh my God,
Yeah.
they're watching me.
Yeah.
So I don't love shopping for nail polish.
Yeah, well, thankfully where we live is not in the big city, so to speak, because every time I go into the big city, everywhere I go now, I feel like I said, if you've been a long time listener, I went in just to get a phone and I was under surveillance. If I don't feel great, but I'm really sad that, like you said, Tiff, you stole them, but you probably used them. And,
I used them.
right. But if people are embarrassed or they're whatever,
Yeah,
now
like
they're
you felt
even
like
there's
you had to steal them.
now there's
you know?
another barrier
Yeah.
to getting birth control, aka condoms, in the hands of people who need them. So they should just be in a giant bowl at the pharmacy and counters, whatever. Just give them out for free, because the fact you put them under lock and key tells you people are stealing them. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Give the people goddamn free condoms. Sorry, I'm done with that now.
They have them out at my doctor's office, like in the bathroom.
Yeah.
When they also have a picture of how to do an anal swab on yourself right beside the condom bowl. So could put you in the mood.
If you're into that.
Yeah.
Anywho, sorry about my little rant, but it really peeved me off. But yeah, nail polish I didn't use, and I can understand why you felt a little like I'm already a perp and I haven't done anything.
Yeah. Let's bring it to our adventure, and maybe we can paint our nails on our road trip.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, it's very pretty.
What about you, girl? What'd you get up to?
What have we been getting up to? Well, it's a little bit of an older one. So been getting some tattoos lately.
Oh.
And while I was at one of my appointments, really awesome studio. Anyway, I was just overhearing one of the other people who were there getting tattooed that day share some of their stories. They were asking their artist about cover-ups and if this artist would do a cover-up because she has a chest mustache. That was my first I'm gonna.
That's
Chest
confusing.
mustache? What?
Mm-hmm. Like she has hair on her chest?
No. So in her previous world, whatever, first husband's name was tattooed on the chest area. Mm-hmm. First husband's not in the picture ananymore, so got it covered up with a
just
mustache.
blacked out. Oh, with a must.
But it's a mustache.
Okay. Yep. Go. Yep.
I didn't want to ask a lot of questions. I was very much like, I'm so intrigued. I just want to hear this. This is going to be great.
And you're eavesdropping. Like you're not a part of this.
No. We
like
had
Tiffany would lean in and be like, "Can I see that?"
Well, this woman and I were talking about sports right before that. So it's not like we were talking and then she then just, I said, hey, I'm going to read for a bit. So just, I was done.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. Anyway, so chest mustache. Thinking about getting that covered up.
Wonder why.
Well,
yeah.
This woman has had a lot of adventures. Let's just say she, and what I was hearing, was a tattoo artist herself at one point, has allowed her children to tattoo her in places. Anyhow, so there was chest mustache. They're talking about getting that covered up. And then she starts talking about her tramp stamp.
Oh, I love a good, bad tramp stamp story.
Okay, this is because, so I need to go back a little bit and just say shame on the artist who did this tattoo originally and shame on the person who got it done to them.
Time out.
Yes.
If I am an artist and someone comes to me and says, I really want this on my body, who am I to judge? I mean, judge for sure. But
I want to get paid.
But who am I to say, no, I won't do that?
I do have that conversation with a lot of the tattoo artists that I have had, like they've done art.
Well, some are embarrassed because now there's also, you put your art up and you don't want your art to be reflected.
This is
Back in the day, there was none of that. It was you get whatever you want, wherever you want, go.
Pick the picture off the wall and that's where you want it. Where I'm saying shame on the artist is because this person went in asking for a tramp stamp. So we all know where that sits on your body.
Sure do.
For those who don't know where that sits on your body, it is your lower back above your underwear line.
Yeah. But it should be below where your jeans sit. Unless you were in the early 2000s, then it was just about there.
But your jeans were really low in the early 2000s.
Okay, and I realize that. Like, we did wear super low-rise jeans. Okay, but this is still no excuse. This woman's tramp stamp is in the middle of her back.
Like across her spine, up
I would say
lower,
kind of like...
Oh, she's
that's
gesturing
not a tramp stamp.
That
that's
it's too high.
back.
That's like mid,
That's
like
what
a
I'm saying.
third from the bottom.
So, and the woman's excuse was, well, I was wearing really high-waisted jeans that day.
Oh, no, you need to...
You went in with mom jeans and they were like, this is a tramp stamp for you.
Right.
Because when you walk around, you want it above your jeans, but you're wearing high jeans.
And remember, ladies, I'm just getting tattooed myself. I am in a spot where I can say, no, I don't like it on that placement. Can we try again? Like, I have that dialogue with my artist.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you
I
didn't
would have been
think,
like, do you want
anywhere
it
during this
your
tattoo,
pants?
like this isn't feeling where it's supposed to be. Like you would have gone to a mirror to look at where it was.
But if you had high pants, you'd probably like, oh yeah, because then if I wear these out, people
What
can
did
see
it
them.
say?
What was it like?
Do you know what it said?
I don't even know what the tattoo is. Like it's
Let's
not.
guess.
It's not. Either way, it's not even a tramp stamp. Like it's
No,
not
it isn't.
even where
It's a weird-
supposed to be.
a weird
So I'm
mid-back.
picturing like what I picture. It's like a tribal something.
Yeah.
But
floral.
It's up her back and
maybe
not
it says
along.
like "do not enter," but it's
those.
instead of being above her butt, it's in the middle of her back, which makes sense because you can't enter through the back. Like,
okay, so as that is happening, I look to my tattoo artist, who is a very sweet lady, very quiet,
Yeah,
and
lovely.
we're both making the same face.
Like, oh gosh.
So then I said, thank goodness you're with me on this, because I was about to be like, yo, that's your fault over there. You didn't do what you were supposed to do as the person getting the tattoo and speak up, you know, but then maybe it was. You go in, you pick a thing off a wall.
I
You
did
don't
that.
know to say. Anyway.
I did that when I was 15.
I also have one of those tattoos.
Yeah.
We were bored one day. We went downtown, got it done.
I got
all
a
that
story,
stuff,
but it's going to be for another
anyway.
time, I
Okay.
think.
that was
Right.
my, just a lot of head scratching or shaking really, and just being like, but I love this. I loved hearing about it. It was,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, let's talk bad tattoos one
Yes,
day.
let's do that. Yeah.
Good
And I can't
times.
answer the question about like, what does the tattoo artist, like, where's their line,
Yeah.
like what they will and what they consider. Because I
Good
do
times.
ask them that every time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, all about the tattoos.
Maybe if any of our listeners want to share their tattoo stories online
Yeah.
with us, maybe you had a bad tattoo, because we're going to talk about that next time.
Yes.
Maybe you had a bad tattoo experience. Maybe you just saw a shit tattoo.
I'll post a picture of my tramp stamp so everyone can see.
Nice.
I think it's fair.
I'll take a picture of your tramp stamp.
Ooh.
Jillian, you take a picture of me taking a picture of
Okay.
her tramp
Taking
stamp.
yeah.
Yes.
I like it. I like that.
Right. I love it. That wraps it up, babes.
gosh,
Another one
again.
hits the dust.
No.
Or is in the bank.
Another one's in the books.
Okay.
Another
It's
one
in the
bites
books.
the dust.
Another one bites the dust. Another one's on the books. In
We're
the
so
books.
good at this.
It's in the can.
Ah, that's it. It's in the can.
Put it in the can.
When it used to anyway be a can.
Anyways, as you can tell, we are not for everyone, but we might just be for you.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, and we'll catch up with you next time.
Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.